Lots of people are wearing red today, just like me, and that's because the American Heart Association has designated today National Wear Red Day. It's a campaign to promote heart health for women. Talk about a close call. This afternoon, a drunk driver crashed into the back of a school bus as a little girl was getting off. That driver tried to run away, but someone stopped him. Chris 6 News reporter Andrew Ellison joins us live off of Wooldridge near Rodd Field, where all of this happened. So, Andrew, first question, was anybody hurt?
It's rush hour, but you certainly wouldn't know it by the lack of activity here on the Harbor Bridge. You know, it's 5 o'clock. This is typically a time when people are making their way home from work, but that's not the case right now. It's taking people a lot longer to get to where they need to be. We've been here for a few hours and nothing has changed traffic-wise. The southbound lanes of the Harbor Bridge are open. They have been open for a few hours. That's the activity that you see here directly behind me, but the northbound lanes of the Harbor Bridge, not so much. And for that, we want to give you a live view from our mast cam. You can see the aerial view, and where you see no activity on the Harbor Bridge, the base of the Harbor Bridge, that's exactly what we're talking about. That part is closed. This was not the long, drawn-out night that a lot of people were expecting. The early voting results came out at about 7:15. That's when we learned that of the 15,000 people who voted early, 52% of them went for Joe McComb. The runner-up in this race, former Mayor Nelda Martinez, she only got about 30% support from voters. That's what a winner sounds like. Mayor-elect Joe McComb clearly pleased moments after learning that of the more than 15,000 people who cast their ballots early in this election, more than 52% of them gave their support. Now, as you can see behind me, results are still coming in, but we do know that former Mayor Nelda Martinez has called Joe McComb to concede. Is it something that you look forward to every year? The Buck Days Carnival just a few weeks away, and even with the construction in the area that Caroline just showed you, the carnival will be held in the same place as usual.
I hate when they make you wait in the room, because it says waiting room. There's no chance of not waiting.
All right, so Jerry Seinfeld was onto something, right? When he said that in 1991, nobody likes waiting at the doctor's office, but we do it, especially in South Texas. And many of you wait hours to see your doctor even when you have an appointment. So what's taking so long? We explore what's behind those long wait times in tonight's Chris 6 special report.
If you've been around here long enough, you've seen a rattlesnake or two.
Not something you want to see, especially not in your house, but that's exactly what happened to a 4-year-old girl, and she found a snake in the worst place. We have a picture of it, and you're going to see it right after Dale's forecast. In addition to eating well and exercising regularly, doctors also recommend that women take prenatal vitamins when they're trying to conceive. In fact, they say it's a good idea to take them up to a year before they get pregnant because that can lower the rate of birth defects.
Chris 6 News at 10 continues.
Many of us have a similar fantasy. We go down Ocean Drive and imagine what it would be like to live in a big house or a mansion there, but other people consider this to be a luxury. They choose to live in smaller spaces and own fewer things. It's part of a movement called minimalism, and in tonight's Chris 6 special report, we introduce you to locals who embrace that way of life and love it. Money is a big reason more people are living in recreational vehicles. Consider this, the median price of a home in Corpus Christi was $194,000 last year. If you rent, a one-bedroom apartment could cost you about $900 a month, but you can buy an RV like this for $15,000 to $35,000. And if you live in it, that could save you hundreds or thousands of dollars a month on housing and utilities. The Texas Department of State Health Services says about 2 million people, or 13% of adults in Texas, are diagnosed with diabetes, a disease that can lead to amputations, heart disease, even stroke. Those patients need extra time with their doctors, which can delay your appointment if you're next in line. And we also asked Mr. McComb what his priorities are. He said infrastructure. That's what the voters want. They want to focus on fixing the city's streets, water, and wastewater. Now, by now, many of you are probably wondering what will happen to Mr. McComb's at-large seat on City Council. Well, that's not going to go to an election. It's going to be up to City Council members to decide who will fill in for Joe McComb on City Council for that at-large seat, and that person will serve in that capacity through November of 2018. Live at the Nueces County Courthouse, Stephania Jimenez, Chris 6 News.